Ryan Hess, the senior fellow at the Brookings institution, described the current China-US relationship as in a state of mutually tolerable friction, and that there is a renewal of certain sense of professionalism in conducting it. This is pretty much the consensus after a year into Joe Biden's presidency. In my last video, I described his China policy as a Cold War strategy with realistic tactics, and the realistic tactics worked. There's the sense that tension is cooling across the board. But there's one thing in the first year of Biden's presidency that went against the sense, and that is the military encirclement of China. Now, if you recall, when Biden was in power the last time he was part of the so-called Pivot to Asia strategy, it was represented in a major trade agreement, the Trans-Pacific Partnership, mainly an economic counter to China's growing influence. Today, instead of using trade as its face, it is now military. Here are some things the United States has done in Biden's first year. The American military flew a record number of spy planes over the South China Sea in November. The US has also expanded its flight range last month by sending a patrol aircraft over the Taiwan Strait that came within about 16 nautical miles of China's territorial waters. The commander of the US 7th Fleet, Vice Admiral Carl Thomas, based in the Pacific region, called for a big increase in aircraft carriers for the region. And take a look at this. In these 12 months of Joe Biden in office, these military alliances have come to the forefront. Here's the Quad, made up of the United States, Japan, India, and Australia. The AUKUS between the US, UK, and Australia. The US and Japan are close to signing a new 5-year pact for Japan to support US military forces in the country, and a new agreement to research and develop new defense technologies. The Quad members, along with Canada and South Korea, have conducted a multinational exercise Sea Dragon at Guam. Japan and Australia signed the Reciprocal Assessment Agreement. This list is by no means exhaustive, but already you can see the map getting smudged by all kinds of colors. Think about this. What are you going to do if you have guns pointed at your house from all sides? This is where that mutually tolerable friction could become intolerable. The nature of a military encirclement is to impose a direct threat on a target's national security. It's a classic play in international relations. At every turn of negotiation and on any subject, there's going to be the constant reminder at the back of the head that there is a fleet of ships or a squadron of aircraft out there loaded with destructive materials pointed at you. And China has staunch territorial claims in the South China Sea and the Taiwan Straits. National security and territorial integrity, could you think of anything touchier than this? Is there anything that could more easily lead to war?
When we come to China-US military relationship, I would say there is something in common, that is neither side wants a conflict. Yeah, but the reality is all American ships sail in China's water, and all American aircraft would fly in China's exclusive economic zone, and it's not the other way around. So if you do not want the water to boil, so why would you throw wood into the fire?
Why indeed?